I thought, okay, I'll turn it on and see what happens. And then it caught fire. Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's changeover day for our Airbnb. So before we get to that, and I'll show you some cleaning and before and after and all that lovely stuff, I thought I'd run through some of the improvements we're going to be making to our Airbnb in the next month or so, as well as doing a little tour, so cleaning, tour, and then before and after of how it's looking for our next guests. So let me run through some of the things we're going to be doing. So when we bought our house 2 years ago, these steps weren't here. So we had these steps put in. There was a kind of ramp, but it wasn't obviously suitable. So our guests used to have to walk all the way down there and then all the way in front, which was not ideal. There was a gate here already, so perfect sort of entrance for people. So they can come through the gate and then they can walk down these steps to where the annex is there. Now, these steps, they're not super steep, but they really need a handrail here. And we've had some older guests say it's not, ideal. And could we put a handrail in? So we're going to get that put in and then get rid of all this manky, horrible fencing that's falling over, put into some nice picket fencing. So we're having that done at the beginning of June. So here are the steps from another angle. So yeah, I'm going to put fence all the way to here and then a handrail just on one side so we don't spoil the view as people come in. So making it much more accessible. And then people do have the option, if they wanted to come the other route. That is always an option, but most people just want the steps. But yeah, adding that in to make it just a bit more easier for some of our older guests that we get. And then when we come into our Airbnb, one of the things we're having done actually in the next week is replacing this unit here. So it's pretty old, it's pretty knackered. A lot, like my husband had to reattach it, re-silicone it. It's just really falling apart. It's not good. And it's really worn, so you can probably see here it's really worn down and stuff like that. This basin, I hate these basins. They're really difficult. Not really difficult to clean, but you just have to do extra cleaning. And then this tap, don't know if you can see, it's really rusted there. The whole unit needs replacing. So that's the next piece we're doing. Gonna get this replaced. Should only take a morning for my builder to do. And just, so it's going to be in dark blue with a sink on the top, sort of into the unit, and then just a better tap. I hate these rainfall taps, they're really crap. So yeah, that's our next job. And then later in the year, pretty towards the end of the year, we're just going to get the whole place repainted. So I'll block out the annex for probably a week, get the whole place painted. You see the previous owners never painted up there, doesn't look good. So yeah, just repaint the whole thing, just brighten it up, and probably just have to do this maybe every couple of years just to keep, where you get scuffs and things like that, just make sure it's really nice and fresh and clean looking. So those are some of the things we're going to be doing around here, just to update the annex, keep it looking great for our guests, keep it looking fresh. And just general maintenance really, and just making sure any things that guests have said in the past, like the handrail and the stairs, just making sure we do those things, so that the guests who do want to come stay but are worried about the steps, feel it's not accessible enough, have that sort of in place, and we will probably get more bookings as a result. So that's an overview of the changes we're making. Next up, I need to do a clean, get this changed over because we have one guest today and then another guest tomorrow. So a weekend of doing changeovers. Glorious weather outside, but we live in a beautiful place. Let me show you the view. That's the view. So it's not like it's not gonna enjoy the nice weather, but hopefully I can get out there this afternoon, do some gardening and just enjoy it a bit more. Right, so let's see how these guests left it. Then we'll do some cleaning, get it turned around, and then show you what it looks like afterwards. So these guests have left it really, really neat. I thought they would. I think they really enjoyed their stay. My builder spoke to them the other day when he's doing some work on our house, and he said they were really nice, really chatty. He had a really good chat with them for like 5 minutes. So I'm hoping they enjoyed their stay. I'm sure if they had issues, they would have told him. They didn't need the bread and milk we left, which is absolutely fine. A lot of people bring their own stuff. And then, yeah, so it was a couple, but they've used both rooms, I think, which is absolutely fine. Not a problem there. And then this is the other room. So yeah, they've used both rooms, no problem. So I'll do a changeover of both of these rooms and get it all ready. So I think we will do a time lapse. So here we go. So that's bedroom 1 done. These guests have asked for 2 doubles. So this bedroom can be a twin. So these two are 2 beds pushed together. So then we have a twin to give people different options. So they asked for 2 doubles. I always provide 2 towels, so like a smaller towel and then a larger towel. So like doing your hair, and then a bigger one for, general body. And I think most guests use both towels. I always like to have 2 towels, so that gives people that option. So that's bedroom 1 done. Next, we will go and do the second bedroom. Again, another, well, it's a king. I've been saying double, but this is a king. Crack on with this room. I can hear my husband and my daughter outside. They're about to head off. Off they go. I think they're going to the gym. I can't remember. Bye! Bye. Bye. But yeah, they're off out. They're going to pick up some lunch for me on the way back as well. But yeah, so this room is the next one to do. And that's the second bedroom done. I always struggle with doing this duvet. I don't know why. It's the right size and everything. Just sometimes I just really struggle with it and it really annoys me. But yeah, so this room is done. I forgot to mention when I was talking about upgrading stuff in the annex. At some point I want to maybe swap these. They're a bit flimsy. I think they're like IKEA ones previous owners did. They're just a bit... feel like they're going to break. So I think I might change those. But what's more of a priority in here is these bedside tables. I really don't like them. They're really old and knocked about, and yeah, I'm just not a fan. So I want to switch those out, but I want to find something I like. And I'm not really sure whether to go with a similar like wood colour or dark green, which is the sort of colour in here, or just white. So comment below and let me know your thoughts, what you think I should do here. But so that's one of the other things. And another thing I want to do is change the pictures around here. My sister is an amazing photographer, landscape photographer. So I want to get some of the prints to go on here, and then I can add a link to her website so guests can then also buy some prints. So I want to change these out because I hate these sort of like love and peaceful mind, grateful heart, all that stuff. I hate those. So I need to change that. And then I'm not a big fan of these either. So putting in some new prints. And then in the kitchen, the ones on the table here, I found some ones in Dunelm that have like illustrations of like breakfast stuff, like with French written on them, and are just really nice. So I'm going to switch those out to more in keeping with the look and feel in here because it's similar colours. So I just need to crack on and actually buy those because I've seen them and I like them and they'll probably just go out of stock or something. But like I say, that's that bedroom done. Next up is the kitchen. It's really clean in here. So it's going to be a case of wiping around, checking the drawers, making sure everything's neat and tidy and clean, checking supplies. Doesn't look like they use very much tea and coffee. They didn't use any pods. This looks fine. The sachets of sauces looks fine. So yeah, just going around checking this, wiping it over. Is there anything in the freezer? No, they didn't leave anything behind. And then obviously in here, they didn't use our milk. So the date on that's expired. So both of these, well, actually this one's okay. And that hasn't been opened. They did use some butter and jam, so that's great. But this expires today. I'm going to swap that out. We'll drink that. But the bread is fine. So I'm going to leave that there. But yeah, I will get cracking with this. Time lapse it as usual. So you would have seen that I was pausing and looking at the microwave for quite some time then. So I noticed that this on the edge of it looked like singed. So I thought, okay, I'll turn it on and see what happens. And then it caught fire. So I've pulled that off, but I don't know if that is a problem now. If I press, so if I like turn it on, and you can't see, it's sort of, I don't know what that bit does. I might have to ask my husband about this, but then at least it's not catching fire. That's a bit worrying. So I don't really know what to do about that because this is like integrated in. Like, how do I even replace that? Crisis diverted. I do need to replace that piece. So it's a waveguard cover plate, apparently. Google. So I took a photo of the issue, put it into Google with Google Lens, and then said, like, is this part important? Can I remove it? Da da da. And it's like, don't remove it unless it's like broken, and then you need to replace it because it stops food splatter getting into the microwave. You learn something new every day, don't you? Anyway, so I just need to get some replacement ones, which apparently I can get on Amazon. Took me a minute there. So I'm just going to double check the size, and then I'm going to buy a load of them, and then I should be able to just replace it. In the meantime, I might have to put just a notice on the microwave to say not to use it until we get that piece in. But to be honest, most people don't use the microwave. But for safety reasons, I am going to do that. Just because I don't want someone causing a fire. Because that was sparking really bad when I was testing it. Never a dull day here. You always find something that is wrong. But yeah, I'm going to finish cleaning this kitchen now and order that part for the microwave. Here we go, floors vacuumed and washed and all ready. So the people that are staying are two mums that are having a little weekend away. So I've left them a little vacuum, and then some chocolates. These chocolates, these truffles, are the absolute bomb. They're so good. They're my favourites. So I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'll put those out. So yeah, a little treat for them. But yeah, all clean despite the stress with the microwave. So I have put a note up saying it's out of order, sorry for any inconvenience kind of thing. But that will be hopefully very temporary, and then I can fix it and it's done. But yeah, this is all set out. Towels in there as well for them, and then obviously towels in the main bedroom as well. Well, that was slightly more of a stressful... Sorry, there's a little bit of stuff on the floor there. That was slightly more of a stressful clean than usual with the microwave, but hopefully an easy fix. Seems that way. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And also let me know if there's anything else you want to see, if you like these types of videos. I actually really enjoyed putting this together, even if there were so many things that happened. It was a bit chaotic, but let me know if you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.